It's a big jump from where I was. Good timing. I was from a full low to a full high.
I always believed I could coach a world champion. And the fact that he's fighting for the title now.
I always believed I could coach a world champion, and now that moment is closer than ever. Jack Della Maddalena is deep in a grueling training camp, sharpening his wrestling and building elite-level stamina as whispers grow about a potential clash with Islam Makhachev. For the full fight breakdown, make sure to watch the video till the end, and I kindly request you to subscribe to our channel. While many in the MMA world predict an easy win for Makhachev, analyst Dilv offers a different perspective. He still favors Makhachev to come out on top, but only after a grueling battle. According to him, Makhachev's size gives him a big edge at lightweight, yet that advantage fades at welterweight, where Maddalena could actually prove the heavier, sharper striker. Still, Dilv admits that when it comes to grappling, Makhachev's dominance is undeniable. Urdu main converts seem to say.
I think a lot of people think that it's going to be an easy fight for Islam, but I don't think that it's going to be that easy. I think Islam going to win, but I don't think it's going to be an easy fight for him, like everybody thinks. Because Islam is maybe big for lightweight, but he's not big for welterweight.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? That's why I would say, like, I don't know, he don't look for me so big.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's just on pictures or whatever, but actually, you know, I think JDM has a lot more of weight than him. But at the end of the day, I think JDM has better striking, and Islam has for sure the better.
Dulatov went on to explain that while Makhachev may not look especially big compared to other welterweights, he still believes Islam has the tools to get the job done. He acknowledged the fight won't be an easy one, but trusts Makhachev's all-around skill set to carry him through. At the same time, Dulatov cautioned fans against underestimating Jack Della Maddalena, reminding them that his rise to the top has been well-deserved. In the end, he stressed that the clash will be anything but simple, but remains confident that Islam will find a way to emerge victorious.
Choose one fighter to win that one. Who would you choose?
Islam.
Really, Islam? You're just saying how he wasn't big enough.
Yeah, but I say he will win this.
Oh, you really?
Yeah. I say, I think he's gonna win this for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
You know, like I'm very sure that he's gonna win this.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be not an easy fight.
Not easy.
You know,
fight.
like because I see in the comments like a lot of people, oh JDM, it's over for you. You know, like people make this guy like very small. You know, and actually, bro, that's a reason why he's there. You know, why he's a champ. So I think it's gonna be a tough fight, but Islam gonna win for sure.
Meanwhile, Jack Della Maddalena is grinding through an intense and disciplined training camp as he prepares for a possible showdown with Islam Makhachev. His focus is clear: perfecting his striking, reinforcing his takedown defense, and building the kind of gas tank needed to maintain a relentless pace inside the cage. Every drill in his camp is tailored to neutralize Makhachev's biggest weapons, ensuring he's ready for the toughest test of his career.
You put it in the. You want to use like body. Yeah, good movement. Don't ever be there.
Jack is tailoring his camp specifically to counter Islam's suffocating grappling style, perfecting his takedown defense, sharpening his footwork, and training to bounce back quickly if he does hit the mat. He's also refining his boxing to keep the fight on the feet, while building the stamina needed to withstand Makhachev's relentless forward pressure. Analyst Renato Moano weighed in, calling the matchup a far more balanced contest than many expect. While he praised Makhachev's world-class grappling, he also noted that moving up to welterweight presents new challenges, facing naturally bigger, stronger opponents and adjusting his frame to thrive in a higher division. Luke Rockhold weighed in on the potential clash between Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Maddalena, calling it a matchup filled with both difficulty and excitement. He revealed that Islam, Ilia Topuria, and JDM are currently his three favorite fighters to watch in the UFC. Rockhold praised Maddalena's action-packed style and underrated wrestling but highlighted Islam's lifelong mastery of grappling as a defining factor. He also pointed out the size dynamic, acknowledging that JDM holds a natural size advantage, yet noting that Islam has clearly added mass to his frame, making the showdown even more intriguing.
So Islam versus JDM.
I think they probably should be even, you know, because even though Islam is a good grappler, he's big for 155. He's moving to 170. We never know, you know. I think he needs to take some time to work on to gain weight, to gain power, you know, to gain strength. So that's why the odds are even, and I think that should be.
Naho Sterling gave his prediction for the fight, leaning strongly in Jack Della Maddalena's favor. He argued that Jack's reach, natural size, and crisp striking could pose serious problems for Islam, keeping him at range, shutting down his entries, and making it far more difficult to set up the takedowns that usually define his dominance.
A fight. That's a very tough fight. It's going to be interesting. You know, I think those are my three favorite fighters in the UFC right now. We go Islam, Topuria, and JDM. JDM's he's fun to watch. So, I mean, that's going to be a great fight. You know, he's no slouch at wrestling, but you have a guy that's wrestled his whole life and grappled his whole life versus JDM, who's kind of like, he's secondary on that, but, you know, you never know. He's a bigger guy. So, you know, we'll see how Islam, how he bulks up and how he looks. He looks a lot bigger than what I remember. I used to train with him forever. So, I mean, he's definitely grown. You know, we'll see how he carries the.
Luke Thomas broke down Jack Della Maddalena's most recent performance, praising his sharp stand-up skills but pointing out gaps in his defensive reactions and grappling decisions. He cautioned that mistakes like these could become costly against a fighter as calculated and technically precise as Islam Makhachev.
You picked JDM to win. Now he's got a big challenge in his first title defense against Islam. Do you think he's got what it takes to beat an Islam Makhachev in his first defense?
People are going to say it's a wild take, but I reckon JDM smokes Islam. Shins him so bad. It's going to be so bad that the Topuria Islam thing will just be gone.
Do you think Islam's wrestling won't be a threat to JDM just because he's a lot bigger?
He's a lot bigger, and like when you watch JDM, like you put him on the end of mid-range, he's just going to throw. That's hard to like shoot in on. He's not going to be able to just abuse his size against him either. I think Islam's in for a rude awakening.
Thomas also expressed excitement about Islam Makhachev's move to welterweight, viewing it as an opportunity for him to join the elite list of two-division champions. He acknowledged the risks that come with the jump, but emphasized the massive legacy boost awaiting Islam if he can pull it off.
Striking prowess of JDM, if he could just have enough time to get it going, would be enough. I think Muhammad somewhat overperformed relative to expectations, but in the end, JDM was better. But the defensive lapses, to me, I know we have to focus on like how good JDM is as a striker, but what could have cost him here was the incompleteness of his defense. And to me, he took a quantum leap forward today in showing how good that was. Now again, trying to turn that defense into offense by trying to go for some of those ill-advised takedowns, especially in the fifth, and then you're getting kind of lateral dropped for it. You do that against Islam, and I think that's a huge mistake. Islam just doesn't make a lot of mistakes, right? He doesn't necessarily have, at times, always the flashiest offense. I mean, he does have very good offense. We're talking about the pound-for-pound number one guy in the sport. But what really defines him is that he makes very, very good decisions.